Okay, well, first of all, I want to find out from you, what does recycling mean to you? How many folks in here use their recycling services? Okay, great. So you have a yellow bin, a yellow top bin that you put things in. You have curbside recycling?
Yes.
No. Or you take things to the recycling center. Okay, which is absolutely free.
Right.
Available 24/7. Okay, we don't monitor who goes there. But we really appreciate people cooperating with our signage. So, okay. So, all right, so we have lots of recyclers here. How many folks were upset when they found out that we're not taking glass anymore at the recycling center? Okay. Tell me your concerns.
I just hate to see things going into a landfill instead of being recycled as anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I know
Certainly.
it's expensive and no one wants to buy glass, but it still strikes me that as a service to the community and keeping waste out of landfills, we should try to figure out a way to use those bottles.
Okay. So in a nutshell, it hurts you to see
Yes.
good things not reused and recycled.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm here, go ahead. Someone assured me that the glass will break down
Mm-hmm.
and become sand.
Mhm,
almost.
mhm.
If it's just, throw it away, you put it in the landfill, then it will become.
So you're saying that you had heard that
I've heard it, but
yes,
I
that the
would
glass-
like to recycle glass if possible, but
so that but you had heard that the glass does break down and go back to its original
yes.
condition. I've got it.
I'm just curious about why glass isn't recycled by us.
Why glass isn't recycled? Okay, we'll touch on that.
Same question.
Okay, why glass isn't recycled? And yes,
Well, now, I have the Republic, and I can do glass.
Yes, we can do it all.
They come and pick it up at my,
at Curbside
yes.
Republic does accept glass. Yes. Okay. Let me tell you what happens with glass. The glass market, first of all, for recycled materials is filled. And I personally searched for glass recyclers that would accept our products, our aftermarket products, our post-consumer products, for any reasonable cost, because we were being charged at the beginning of this year, so it was becoming unreasonable. Yes, and it was canceling out the money we were bringing in for our recyclable materials, such as, well, other products. Okay. So that was the reason for the immediate cutback. So I even called a glass recycler that we have close by in Lawrenceburg. And he said, I only take pre-consumer glass that hasn't been used yet. So, that didn't work out. And I found out that our main, the company that accepts our recycled products, the big green bins, you would be able to put everything into them just like you would your curbside container. They would recycle the glass, but at cost to them. So they have to pass the cost on. And there are certain recyclers, glass recyclers, they're few and far between throughout the country, but there's cost in shipping and in handling, and when the breakage occurs in a commingle container, the rest of those materials are contaminated with glass, and that lowers their value. Okay, so getting back to what you said about glass going back to sand, thinking about glass, thinking about this came from sand. It doesn't contain any chemicals. There's nothing dangerous about it going back into the soil. It's inert. So the harm that you might think to our environment is slim to none. And it does break down. Actually, it acts as an aggregate to help break down the other materials in the landfill. So I'm not saying that it's good for the environment, but it's not terrible, okay? So that's the glass story. We have just stopped taking one other item at the recycling center. Televisions
I know, yeah.
and monitors. That's serious business. That's lead. That's awful, awful metals going into the environment. Hang on, let me finish. Back in the day when the United States decided to start broadcasting in HD, high def, there was a take-back program enacted for disposal of unwanted televisions. That ended last year, at the end of last year. So this year, there's no take-back program. We took advantage of it all last year. We were getting a penny a pound for every single TV that we shipped out. And it was great, but it's over. So now I've been researching what do people do with televisions. I've put up a blog post on a solid waste association organization that I belong to. I got zero response. Zero response. I asked neighboring counties. Shelby County has been advising their public to throw away their televisions for years. So they didn't even take advantage of that because they didn't have the volume to be able to do it. Jefferson County has a very strict supervised take back. I don't know if they're continuing it beginning this year. I'm not sure what their policy is, but it is not going to be feasible for Oldham County to continue to do that. So please be very mindful when you buy a television that there is disposal, or there's not disposal put into the manufacturing of that product. The manufacturer wants you to buy as many televisions as possible. So please be mindful of getting a product that is going to last you a long time, because there is no means to dispose of it. There's nothing. Yes?
Is there hope for something appearing that someone is going to see this need and say, aha, I can make money doing this?
There's always hope for that. There is always hope for that. Yes. We can always hope. I mean, these are things that you have discussions with your young people, and this is discussions that needs to be brought forward in career classes and things like this. This is a problem we have with our world, with our environment, and we need to do something about it. And at the manufacturing end, disposal needs to be part of the formula. It needs to be part of the building of products. We don't have that in mind with our manufacturers. So it really, I'm going to go to the front end of the situation instead of being stuck here. You know, I have to manage, and the county has to deal with it the best way they know how. But it's not fair to stick an extra tax or levy on our citizens for disposing of a product that they didn't keep that in mind for in the first place. So, and you'll know there is no tax for recycling, for disposal, for trash or any of that, for solid waste in Oldham County. You don't have an additional tax. Many counties do. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, any other questions on these? Oh, yes.
Well, not that.
Okay.
I have a question, because I'm looking at your thing on paper and everything. What about these dog food bags and the birdseed bags? Can those be recycled?
Okay, no.
Okay.
No, dog food bags, food bags, any kind of flimsy plastic. This is the recycling center's, any trash handler's nemesis. But use it, reuse it, okay? Line your trash cans. They're not pretty, but they're practical. Keep them in your car, put your litter in your car. Use them as car trash bags. They're really useful. Stick your shoes in them when you're packing your bags.
I don't understand, because I just walked past this great big blue bin at the Walmart store saying, we take plastic bags
Yes.
from any store.
Yes.
So what are they doing? Using them to suffocate their husbands?
Okay, we don't use bags like this to suffocate people. But you're right. You can recycle them at the grocery stores where they came from. And there is a way of recycling. So it's not impossible to recycle them.
You all do.
We don't.
Okay.
No, because you have to have a massive volume. Massive.
Got it.
We can't do that. And it's, by the time they get to us, they're mangled.
Well, public doesn't take any, you're not supposed to put that in.
No, no.
Animal shelters take them.
Okay.
Another suggestion is to use a cloth bag.
Yes,
Your own bag.
right. Reduce the number of of plastic bags by using your reusable shopping bags. Okay. Just remember to get them out of the car before you go in the grocery store. Right, put them in the car. But please, even when you are, let's say you emptied the bathroom can and it's just a little bit and you tie it up and you put it in your blue trash can, that's dangerous too. And I'm going to get into the solid waste side of things. Recently we've had a lot of windy weather. And I was driving in a neighborhood nearby here, and I saw pizza boxes and litter all over, and Republic had just been through that morning. So, then I'd received complaints from another neighborhood about bags popping out of the trash trucks onto driveways. And this particular bag happened to be filled with Christmas wrapping. So it was very light. Keep that in mind when you're filling your trash can. The materials should be bagged, first of all, and heavy. This can be really light. It can easily blow away. Make sure that your trash can is all the way up to the curb and the arrow is facing, the opening of the can is facing the street. The reason for this is if you have it, you're pulling it up to the curb and you stop at the curb and walk away, leaving the handle on the street side, the can is going to flip open and that material can blow out. Okay, so the lid actually helps to contain the trash into the truck. So please help us out by doing that.
Well, I do that, but then I put it in my kitchen trash bag. And so, I use those in the bathroom, then I put it in my kitchen.
Right, yes, so if you rebag them into your bigger bag, that's even better. That's better. So has anybody had any problems, or is everybody a Republic customer?
No.
Okay, yeah.
waste management.
It's countywide, I thought, you have to.
Well, no, not all parts, no.
I'm Jefferson County, but we have waste management.
Mm-hmm.
But they, up until the last time I put a television out, they taped televisions. Best Buy used to take computers and televisions and stuff. I wonder if they do anymore,
I don't,
and what they do with them.
well, I will take computers at the recycling center. I will take laptops, I will take phones, I will take other kinds of e-scrap, just not televisions or monitors, things with screens. We have a way of recycling very successfully television towers and laptops. And we're working on the cell phones and ink cartridges and things like that. So you can still bring some e-scrap in, just not TVs. Okay. But that's good to investigate that about Best Buy taking other
Waste management
e-scrap.
takes them.
Well, Republic,
I don't know as of January 1st, I don't know.
right. Now, are they taking them for recycling or are they taking them to the
No,
landfill?
our garbage and recycle are different, so
Okay,
assuming waste management takes it to the garbage dump.
okay, okay. Yeah, Republic will take a television to the landfill.
So you can set it out once, whatever they say.
You can set it out. Regular county franchise customers can put any large item out, one extra large item out every week with your can.
You have to call them ahead of time and tell it's a TV.
Yes, yes. Well, anything, even if it's a mattress, yeah. So, and the mattress and the box springs are two different things. Okay, so the mattress 1 week and the box springs the next.
Okay.
Okay. We've got all over the map here. Okay, let's go back to recycling. I handed out all of these things. Okay, almost everybody has an item, a recyclable item. Now, all of you've got, folks, which item do you think carries the most value to the county in terms of recycling? Plastic? No, actually zero.
None?
None. Zero. We recycle it, but it's zero.
You don't get paid anything.
Nothing. The only thing it costs is our time, our effort, and the cost of hauling it away. Okay. Aluminum? Well, there's two different kinds. There's several different metals that were held up that we have out here. So of those metals, which one's the most profitable? The tin cans, the food cans?
Coke cans.
Exactly right. Pop cans, pop and beer cans are worth almost about $1,000 a ton. A ton.
$1,000 a ton.
A ton.
Takes a
Yes.
lot to make a ton.
Yes. 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 So that comes very slowly. It's not a big ticket item for us because it takes a lot to make a ton. Okay. Okay, so these other metals, what about them? We've got food cans and we've got like food. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. It's kind of a toss-up. So they're around $120 a ton. Yeah.
So do we rinse these out when we use them, put them in there? The food, food,
You can.
you don't have to. You don't have to.
Nobody's going. You're supposed to. Nobody's going to fuss at you. I'm just saying.
You know, you say, we have quit using cans. We try to do as much as we can without a can.
Right.
I mean, because it's a land item or it's recyclable. I mean, you're not getting that much money, eventually you're gonna quit doing this, I'm assuming.
I don't know. No, I think metal's never going to go away. I think metal's always going to be recyclable. Yeah. I mean, that's a basic element. It's something we use a lot, and it's down right now, but it's probably going to go up. Yes.
I know that they take the plastic and make fences and stuff out of it now. What do you get paid for that? I mean, is it white, is it just the white plastic, or you can do any plastic?
Okay. There's a lot of things made with plastics. This bin was probably made with plastic. This was made with plastic. Bags are made with plastic. This T-shirt was made with plastic.
Tractor's felt is now made from plastic.
There's a lot of things made from recycled plastics. There's bookmarks, shoelaces. I could go on and on. Carpeting. All kinds of things are made with plastic. However, for some reason, the market is just not there. You have to have mass quantities. Our neighbor, Shelby County, has developed their recycling center to such a point where they are getting mass quantities and they're able to ship out mass quantities. They make money on their plastic. So we send our plastic to them, essentially. It's two counties helping each other out. But we have to be charged for each load because it takes so much effort. So what we're doing is we're taking all the plastic and we're crunching it up, we're compacting it. And then we ship the compacted materials to Shelbyville about once every 3 weeks, and they charge us a fee for managing all that material. Now, one thing we learned by doing this is that a great deal of the materials that we get that are dropped off to us in our big green commingle bin is trash. Trash. Bags, glass,
Egg cartons?
styrofoam, no.
Yeah.
Toys, really crazy things like gas cans, just things that people want to get rid of. We had a Christmas tree yesterday, an artificial Christmas tree. We can't recycle that. Nobody's going to recycle that. So we desperately need folks to be mindful of the signage at the recycling center and to please observe what goes in there, because it takes effort on our part to sort through that.
I'm quickly realizing you guys are doing this as a benefit to us, and you're not making any money at all.
That is correct. We do not make any money.
Well, what pays for it, our taxes?
Yes. Our taxes pay for the running of the recycling center.
Question,
And it's not an extra tax.
why
yes.
would you be there 24/7 unmonitored if you know that people are gonna do things that are going to be difficult and expensive for you to undo, like an old sofa dropped off or the artificial tree?
Well, all right, the reason why we are open 24/7 and only manned certain hours through the week is, well, it's a difficult place to fence off, first of all. You've got a pass-through, okay? So there's that. Second, in order to keep it manned and to maintain a volume of materials that we're currently used to, we would have to hire more staff to keep it manned, to keep it open. So if we go to closing it, to shuttering it, then we're looking at maybe another part-time position. So that's going to cost more money. And I can talk about a Christmas tree, just like these big stories appear in the news, because they're unusual. So it's not an everyday thing. Yes, we get violators. But if we just stop for a moment, read the signs and look, and these offenses happen right in front of us. Our recycling center manager told me yesterday about a situation where a gentleman put something in the bin as soon as he turned his back, right after he told him not to put it in there. So,
Okay, but if you have the video and it's enforced, you got their license, they don't, police do anything about that?
we're planning to upgrade our video.
Yeah.
Our video is not, well, our video needs to be upgraded, so. Yes,
Would it be handled like what they're doing in Jefferson County, with the dumping, where they're getting fined and have to, if you are enforcing it, would that be something that you guys would be?
so would we be giving out dumping tickets and things like that? That's very possible. It's very possible, yes.
I'm thinking, maybe if we educated the people in the newspaper, you know, that kind of stuff, and put it out there saying, we do not take these things, maybe they would try, but I can see people coming with the Christmas tree thinking we would take it, no.
I can too. I can see public education has to be key.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. But, and we're trying a great deal. At our last 2 events this past fall, we handed out these recycle referral sheets. We've tried to keep the website updated. We've tried to, I've had newspaper articles. So we're trying. We're trying. But it's an uphill process.
We got
Yes.
involved with this recycling, because our daughter went to college in Miami and, Florida, and the West Coast, and well, the East Coast and the West Coast, everyone has to do it. You get fined if you get caught not recycling.
Mhm.
But it seems like in the Midwest, it's not really pushed that much. And we were grateful when you came along, because we were taking our garbage into Louisville. And my husband was getting really upset about that, but
Yeah.
we did it because of recycling, and we should recycle. I do feel as a citizen, and I have grandkids, we should recycle. But it's just like, I think in the Midwest, we don't push it enough. You know, like they
Okay.
fine them, you know, on the East and West Coast, maybe we should be thinking about doing that here.
Well, all right, so you're saying it seems to be a geographic thing, that in some parts of the country, there's mandates for recycling. And I'm originally from Montgomery County, Maryland, and there is. The trash can, they don't even give out a trash can. They only give out a recycling bin and things like that. And this is, it also goes with a cost, a price. Montgomery County, Maryland charges a recycling fee in their regular property taxes, or however they do their taxes. But there is a tax to make that happen. So,
I understand what you're saying.
yes,
You're not gonna be able to do 2 things at once and charge people.
right.
to do it. But
It's,
we should do it as citizens of the United States who want a better place to live.
I think,
The Lorax comes to mind.
right,
okay?
yes.
We want love trees. Us to sit there and take care of stuff, but we're not gonna have anything to leave.
This kind of mindset, the mindset of protecting our environment and taking care of our earth, is beautiful. And it should be developed and should be promoted. And we need to do that, and that's why I'm doing what I do. We also have to look at the realistic, what is actually realistic for our budget, for our community, for our, just our logistics, what we have in place. So we have to look at all of the whole picture and try to do the best we can. I will say that last year we recycled almost 750 tons of material. So that is significant.
Where are you getting the grants? Are they federal grants, or are they private company grants, or where do the grants come from?
Okay, the grants for recycling come from a specific fund that the state collects from tipping fees at landfills. So every time a trash truck, a Republic truck, takes your garbage and tips it up at the Valley View landfill, they pay a fee. Part of that goes into this Kentucky Pride fund, grant fund. That pays for our recycling equipment. It pays for our litter abatement program. It pays for our household hazardous waste program. Okay? So every year I write a grant for that, and we benefit from it.
Is it equally distributed, or?
It depends on how much you ask for. And now the litter abatement is supposed to be, that's distributed according to the county's use the previous year and the population and how much money they have. Now I want to talk briefly about litter abatement. How many folks have ever done a litter abatement road assignment, picking up trash? Okay.
I mean, I just do it when I walk.
Oh, you just do it, okay, on your own.
On my street.
You do it,
Boys Club that takes a section of the highway, is that what you're talking about?
okay. Our litter abatement program is, many groups use it as a fundraiser. Generally, it's young people who are going along the road, they're picking up trash. You've probably seen them with the orange vests. And they're usually out on a Saturday morning. And they are, they're groups of anywhere from 20 to even 50 kids. And they're picking up trash, cleaning up our roads. What that, to me, is community education right there in your face. Because these kids are seeing what we throw out of our cars, what flies out of the back of trucks. And they're picking it up. So they will never throw anything out of their cars.
And they scream at you.
Right. And their children will never throw anything out of their cars. So that's a long-term solution to the litter program. We've been doing it for many, many years, and I'm still waiting to see the effects.
I think it got better, I really do. I don't know, my age.
There's still,
You don't walk where I walk.
yes, there's still a lot of trash. It's a lot of trash, and
A sad commentary, I think, because I walk Clore Lane. It's young people getting rid of their six-pack of empty bottles or empty cans before
On the
they
way
pull
home.
into the driveway at home.
yes.
So they send them out of the window and I pick them up when I go walk.
I've seen many instances of out.
Oh, my Lord.
You use money?
I will say my best experience in picking up trash along the side of the road is when I found $60 in neatly folded 20s. So it can pay off.
Well, you used to see a sign saying litter, fines for littering.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing those anymore, or am I missing?
They're there. They're there.
Are they?
They are there.
Anybody get a fine for?
Yes.
I wonder.
In fact,
Would it be me, if I see somebody, I could get their license plate and report to who?
Just do that.
the Oldham County Police.
Okay.
Yes. Oldham County Police. Maybe snap a picture. I'm not sure what would happen, but if it were my way, if that person is prosecuted, I would see to it that they pick up some trash along the road.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
We just moved from this area to Prospect.
Mhm.
Having a little trouble getting recycling there.
I know that Republic they're offering the recycling service on a as-need basis. So if a particular neighborhood doesn't have a lot of customers out there, they might not go. Or it could be they have to use specific types of trucks for recycling, and they can't get that truck onto your road.
I'm sure they can, it's a pretty big subdivision.
Who does your garbage?
Okay, well, and it also could be, that your HOA has negotiated their own
Yeah.
agreement with a different carrier. So, yeah, so if you have an HOA, you may check with them. Okay, I think I've covered everything. Oh, one other thing. I brought this crate. How many folks have considered composting or already do compost? Okay. This is what's called a geobin. And it is a portable recycling bin or composting bin for yard waste. So it's very durable. You can touch it if you want. It's probably made from recycled plastic. But you open it up and you can make it whatever size you want.
Did you put those little
And you
stakes in there?
and you zip tie it together, and it's very durable. It stands up, and you put all your yard waste in here, all your leaves, your grass clippings, your branches, and it breaks down. And it's
Can you add food scraps to it? If it's
not, well,
vegetables?
if it's vegetables, yes. Yes. And it allows air to circulate. You can move it around. You can put it in a corner of your yard. Now, I'm introducing this to the county on a very, very low-key level, and I'm offering it as an opportunity for nonprofits to use it as a fundraiser. These are offered online by the company for about $35 a piece. You could buy them in bulk for about $20 a piece and then resell them and make a little money. Just a thought.
That's fertilizer.
Geobin.
That's fertilizer for your garden.
Absolutely.
We used to run 2 big ones back next to our garden and recycle stuff out of the garden that you couldn't use.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only thing with that, you can't turn it.
Well, that's why it has to be yard waste. The yard waste
Yeah.
doesn't really need to be turned. It just goes
Well, a
down.
lot of it usually does need to be
Put
turned.
your potato peels and stuff in. You've got to-
Yeah. But you could also pick it up and move it to another place. It's not real heavy.
You can also open it probably
Yeah,
and even be able to turn
Right.
stuff and hook it
right,
back.
right. Yes, you could. So there's a lot of ways of using it. And I'm offering it to you as a way of raising funds, if you want. I could assist you with that.
So you buy them for like $20, and what do you sell them for? What's the market?
You could sell them for what they, the same price as online, the $35. So you'd make about $15 a piece.
What is a bulk amount?
I think 100. Yeah.
Well,
You do it at yours.
I was thinking a yard sale, but go with the Crestwood Women's Club and see if they would do a Crestwood Civic Club.
Yeah.
See if we could do a couple of groups,
Sure.
because 100's a lot
Yeah. Yeah.
and a big initial investment.
Right. It is. It is a large initial investment, but it's a very it's attractive and it's non-invasive.
Like the garbage in the backyard.
And it's a lot cheaper than the turning, the things you see at Costco with the handle and everything. Yes, right. So it's very practical.